Okay, forgive my mess. We are working on the nose, and this is the only place I had to put it. So now we have a ginormous Superbird nose in the office, and it's making an absolute disaster of everything. But we'll get it out of here soon enough. So I needed to get the headlight buckets and everything in it, which you can see the bucket there, the actuator wires for the headlight on that side sticking out. And we were able to get the both sides in. You can see here's the other back of the bucket. I don't have the headlight wiring in on this side, but no big deal. And I cannot find the other actuator that goes on that side, but nonetheless, I was able to connect the two with a drive shaft. That is just a 3/8 chromoly tube, and then it's got a basically a key on each end that goes in the key slots. Maybe you can see this, maybe not. And then we use a hose clamp on it to secure it on each side. So now we have one actuator lifting up both headlights, so you know they come up at the same time. And the reason for all this is so that when we're doing the body work on this and getting the headlight doors to fit, we can run the lights up and down temporarily. You can see the gap is horrendous all the way around. Not the same, huge in some areas. Then you go look at the other headlight and it's the same. They're a mess. The profiles aren't the same. They don't fit. You can see this is incredibly low here. The headlight door is pretty decent here and here. Maybe just a tick high, but that can be sanded off as these are just fiberglass. So a little bit of maybe some filler along the opening here or something that'll match that headlight profile. That way you're not trying to work the entire headlight door. But nonetheless, there'll need to be some filler put on the headlight door to get this to, maybe I'll get another shot of it, to get this to build up. But another shot of it over here will illustrate what we're looking at. There you go. You can see how low the door is, and then as it comes over to that side, it's fine. And the way these pivots are on these Superbird headlights, there's all kinds of different ways you can raise and lower, move these things around, and you could spend days and days and days actually doing it and still end up with just a huge mess. So I've got them where they're pretty decent and should go up and down just fine. I've run them up and down a few times. I think they're good. Sorry, I gotta connect the power wire up so we can run these things up and down, but they should be just fine in the position that they're at, and they'll work no problem. Let me set that there. So what I've done, of course this is not going to cooperate. What I've done, okay, there we go. We got switches here. You can see the switches. These are just temporary for the bodywork stage, but I've got an up switch and a down switch. So you can take the headlights, let me get the camera on them, and there we go. And they come up. And then same with the down switch. There we go. And the good thing with having these being basically a momentary switch, you can run them up just part way and park them there. If you were going to sand on this edge, do a little bit of grinding or something like that without taking the headlight out. So that side is a little closer because there's some filler on it. But you can see there is a gap underneath there. So once it gets up to the very top, it looks like it might hit, but like I said, a little bit of sanding on these back edges and they'll probably be all right. So now we can bring them up all the way. or we can park them down. There we go. Let's go over here. Too much stuff in a small little office. You can see the fit around the opening is just horrible. There again, this is a little bit low through here, and then quite a bit low through here. So with the sheet metal together, and it was welded, this nose was welded up when I got it. There's really no way I can do anything with the sheet metal at this point. And since I actually made the headlight boxes and everything fit the sheet metal before I fitted up any of the lights or anything, we're kind of at a point where it is what it is. So this will need to get some filler on top, or some fiberglass or something to make that come up to that. Probably filler would make the most sense, be the easiest. So, but yeah, there's going to be a fair bit of Bondo work on this thing. And unfortunately, that'll just add to the weight, which is a bad thing, but otherwise I think it looks incredibly horrible. So I think it's something that's got to be addressed. So there you have it. Working headlight door.